YouTube and streaming is practically impossible to be successful in. And I know a lot of you and a lot of people in general, a lot of people who do content creation could probably, relate to that in some way. And I actually used to be someone who held that same opinion and somebody who would hold the opinion that streaming or YouTube was all luck. And a lot of people may think, well, it is actually all luck. You have to be in this place, you have to be that place. Some people are born with this, some people have connections. But when you really boil it down to, it's only as difficult as you may seem. Like, think about it right now. I'm streaming right now, right? I have one viewer. That's not a real person. It's literally just my Twitch account counting as one viewer. Does that mean streaming is harder for me because I don't have a chat? Sure. Does that mean streaming is harder for me to blow up because I don't have a chat to interact with or people to? Sure. Does that mean streaming is hard in general or impossible for me to be great? No. You want to know why? Because I know the reason I don't have a chat, the reason I don't have an audience is not because I got unlucky. I think I have a personality that would hit enough with the audience, right? I think I can make videos entertaining enough, and I think I do sometimes make videos that are entertaining enough on my YouTube channels, but I don't post enough. I don't make enough videos. I don't post enough content. I don't promote Twitch. I don't even stream regularly on Twitch. I stream like once a year. And then I think, why don't I have a chat? It's obvious why you don't have a chat, because you don't stream. Then you think about the other people. It's impossible to do this, to do that. I'm of the opinion that to do something or to be great at something, to want to succeed in something, you kind of have to treat it almost like a full-time job. Because let me put it like this. For someone to be a doctor, somebody to be a lawyer, somebody to be great in their field, what do? They go to school for 4 to 12 years for other specialized practices and study hard 4 hours a day, 8 hours a day, every day, weekends, take tests, be rigorous, be disciplined. And eventually, when they get that job, all that work meant something, right? And when people think about streaming or content, what do they think? Oh, I'm gonna blow up in a month. Oh, I'm gonna blow up in a year. And they also think, oh, it's just a hobby. Oh, let me just do this for fun. Let me just make videos. Nobody thinks, let me treat this like if it was my 9 to 5. Let me clock in. Let me really be rigorous, disciplined with it, and actually be successful. Why would you expect an industry? Why would you expect the entertainment industry, the path? Why would you expect the path to be different for success than any other industry, like a white collar industry? When people say streaming is hard, right? Or like a very hard job, the first thing I think of is, okay, the act of streaming itself, sitting here, clicking OBS, clicking go live. That's easy. That's fun to do. You could do whatever you want. When people say streaming is hard, people are saying the act of blowing up. And that also goes with YouTube. YouTube itself, sure, it's hard. I mean, YouTube itself, the act of recording a video and uploading it or editing it, that isn't really that hard, right? But the act of blowing up, that's different. That's not YouTube itself or streaming itself as jobs. That's the act of blowing up. That's entertainment as a whole. That's called just gaining an audience and getting a following. That's the hard part. And that's what everybody would agree with. But my problem with that is, why don't people treat other jobs or other professions the same way they would treat entertainment? Why do we say it's so hard to blow up when it's really not, if you think about it? And I know I don't have the credentials to prove this, right? I have 2 channels on YouTube. One gets a couple hundred views. The other one gets a couple views, like 5 to 10. But if you really think about it, if you were to put in 8 hours a day, every day, 3 to 4 years, and you were actually thinking you were doing good content, not just putting out trash, not just, like actually trying to perfect your craft, because they say perfect practice makes perfect. You weren't just putting in reps for no reason. I'm pretty sure you would blow up. There's streamers that are in the 100 viewer to 1,000 viewer range for a reason, because they put in that work and they slowly built up that community. It's very rare that you see a streamer that has that kind of lower audience metric that they blew up just in one day. Obviously there's bigger streamers and there's outliers that blew up in one day and they just gained 20k. They went from like 30 viewers to like 10k or like 500 views to 20k, right? That big audience jump, I think that is more of a consistency, meeting the right people, connections. It's still not luck, because I don't believe in luck. I think you still have to put yourself out there. If you make good content that someone likes, they'll hit you up. That isn't luck. That's just you putting your stuff out there that you think is good, which means other people think is good. You get a connection, you get a collab, you blow up, whatever. Point is, 5 years of hard work into a passion, not just hard for the sake of being hard work, real passion, real dedication, real improvement. The point I'm trying to make is that I genuinely think if you want to be great at something, if you want to succeed at something, it is practically guaranteed. Sure, it's hard. Sure, it seems almost impossible. But everything is hard. Everything is impossible. The people that want to be a doctor, they have to go to school for 12 years, pass hard tests, get into good colleges, get into a residency, then still train, still pass that, still handle the hours, and you're complaining about wanting to be a streamer or YouTuber. You can't edit videos. You can't put in the work for your own passion. Are you dumb? People want to be lawyers. They go to 4 years, get a bachelor's degree, another 4 years, get their Juris Doctor, their JD, write tons of papers, do tons of research, spend research, spend tons of hours. That's 8 years of schooling. Then they still, if they want to be a big law lawyer, go into big law, be an associate, get the worst hours possible, 50, 60 hours a week, some maybe even 80, get treated like nothing, garbage, and eventually after a couple years you get your bro. I think it's just people are more willing to put in effort into jobs where they don't have authority over themselves. I think that's what makes streaming or YouTube hard, is the fact that you have to motivate yourself. That's it. I think that's literally it. Because when you think about it, jobs, 9-to-5 jobs, or school, or even your parents telling you to do something, it's like you respect this authority, so you're gonna do it. In school, it was very rare where I was like, yeah, I'm just gonna choose not to do it. Like, I don't feel like doing it. Like, it was very rare that I did that. Like, I knew it was kind of like forced to do that. But in the entertainment industry, people like have to motivate themselves, have to get themselves up, have to be disciplined enough. Even if it's your passion, you still have to be disciplined enough to get up and do it. And that's where I think the difficult part comes in. People don't have discipline, including me. I don't have discipline. It's hard for me to do. It's not hard for me. I lack the discipline that I work on every day to do the thing I love, which is try to make content and try to be big in content. I know I'm just rambling on, but the point of this video was that even though streaming and YouTube may seem impossible, I think when you compare it to other jobs, other professions, other skilled industries, I think streaming or YouTube is actually one of the easiest jobs to get or to become big in. And again, me not having success, I think I can still talk about this. I know I don't have success. I know I have one viewer. I don't get many viewers on YouTube, but I do think that with anything, if I had a 9-to-5 clock with streaming or YouTube, that I could be great. But that's also just potential, just me speaking into the air. But this is me more speaking for the general population. I think we should stop, making excuses for why something seems hard or something is easy or something is luck or something is that, and more just actually do it. I think you just actually should do something instead of speaking about it. Like, I'm speaking about it right now, how streaming or YouTube is actually easy if you actually do it, while I haven't actually done it to say it's easy. But I also still don't think that you have to have done something to also say it's easy. But yeah, I'm just rambling. I don't know what I'm talking about anymore. I think my final point with this little segment, this little, yap session, is that if you genuinely have a passion or a dream with anything, it won't be difficult. It literally won't. Because if you do it, if you treat it, if you take it seriously, you will most likely succeed. There are obviously some avenues that are going to be harder than others, but I think specifically entertainment and YouTube and Twitch, I think there is an avenue for everybody. And the element of luck that people talk about is so small that I don't believe, honestly, I don't believe luck exists. I think it's mostly your own choice, your own discipline. And if you're going to sit here and say, I've been doing it for years, I've been consistent, you probably haven't been making consistently good content. And what is good content is subjective, but really go into your own mind, into your own heart, and think, would I watch this? Do I find this entertaining? Because when I think about the videos I make, I would genuinely watch them. Like, if I randomly found myself and I didn't know who I was, I would actually watch myself speak, because I find myself entertaining sometimes. And I think I genuinely am entertaining. And I think it's only a matter of time before I will be great or I will succeed, because I think I do have the personality for it, or whatever, however people talk about it. But yeah, anyways, that was my little yap session.